investing, where you come for a one-of-a-kind, company-made, probability-based trading alert, technical analysis, company philosophy, and the most trusted source of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and the state of the markets there is on crypto, on YouTube, and anywhere in the crypto universe, as I am straight to the point, just like Shooter McGavin, right? I don't beat around or spread FUD or FOMO. I don't spread hype or hopium, nor do I spread dire desire and despair and panic. I spread the truth and what's really going on in the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, and that's what Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is all about. And we're proud to be chosen by you, the people, as the most trusted source in blockchain and cryptocurrency news on YouTube and across the cryptocurrency sphere, as we're the hottest channel rolling out there, as we stay straight to the facts and straight to the actual news on what's really going on in blockchain and cashless society and central government bank currencies, digital currencies, right? We're the leader by far on the truth movement and what's actually going on in the cryptocurrency sphere, the digital dollar in the United States, where I'm at, right? And what's going to be going on with the Fed dollar coin when it actually comes out. And that's why you come and become members and support the channel, along with all the other perks that Jabroni Killers gives you. But at the very least, it allows me to continue to put out the breaking news of truth, not just breaking news. We don't put breaking news of propaganda and hype and momentum plays and momentum stories. We bring you the breaking news truth, not propaganda, straight truth. And that's why you're one and only trusted cryptocurrency blockchain news network is Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. And I believe 9 members of Jabroni Killers now, if you can believe that. After just a couple of days, we have 9 members that are willing to take the journey, as we already have our first 45-minute long fiscal and monetary policy Friday video that went out, which is a very powerful video, and it's all about what Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is about and how we do things around here. And that's why we were voted by you, the audience, the most trusted source on truth when it comes to blockchain and cryptocurrency breaking news and what we're here talking about, right? And you can see what's happened today in Bitcoin. We had a little bit of a 5% flush leading into the futures market opens, where we're underneath that orange ring, right? We had a great video earlier on Shiba, calling the Shiba and IOTA crash. Phenomenal call by Vincenzo. Check it out. Some of those targets are being hit today, right? It was a great call on that video. It happened shortly after, but you can see we're below that descending orange ring. We thought on this pump we would get topped out at this orange ring. Watch some videos from the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and current date, right? You can see that we nailed this beautifully, and you've got rejected, and now we're trying to come back down to that $37,331 top part of that white volume indicator support zone, where we have simple select few indicators to make our technical trading chart easy to read and diagnose and able to play. And it is beautifully shown and seen, aesthetically pleasing to look at, and is beautifully clear and is not all cluttered up, right? And if you fail to hold this 37,100 level, you're coming down to 32,000, right? And that's where your triple bottom would be, and that would be very bearish. Even if you return rallied up to some of this upper resistance lower than here and here, that would be a descending triangle forming, and that's very bearish, right? I'm very bearish in these coins, but we're going to continue to stay on top of this as we roll along into the XRP, which is in a very similar state. We were in this 10 and a half approaching 11 month symmetrical triangle, as my audience knows, as we've been keeping you out ahead of that and been on top of this and out ahead of the competition by several days in this pattern where we're going at. And now you got to try to hold this 72 cents, and it just looks like now on this last pump down, maybe if we zoom in here to clear it up, it does indeed. We'll get rid of that. We'll move this into the back, right? Come on. Get over there. We'll move that 70 cents, 72 cent support zone right there. But you can see briefly right now we have actually dipped back below that major support zone. And that's a critical support zone. We're below the 200-day in the 4-hourly. We've just dipped below in the 4-hourly with not a lot of volume uptick, but dipped below this symmetrical triangle that if you want to stay out ahead of, you need to become members of Jabroni Killers, because we've been on top of this for you. And just imagine how good a calls we can make on the open free market is if I can get more to know you and what your current coin is, and to get more on an intimate basis where we can go over step by step, where we can communicate with each other, not just from afar, how much powerful you can be trading with Vincenzo with these TA charts. But we're about to break this critical support zone. And if you break that, your first bottom is 62 cents. And then your ultimate bottom, if you can't find any buyers as the market opens, when the futures comes in and the more volume comes in, this is your next underneath target, that 48 to 47 cents short-term target. And if you can hold this still, that is your major sell upper zone, your upper resistance in the symmetrical triangle, if you can hold it. But right now we're below it, so we're bearish, headed down probably to around here, but we'll continue to watch out for that, right? XLM's the same thing. You can see just as we've been forecasting, we tried to build that little support bottom. If I zoomed out from way back, which I will zoom out, right? Just to show you guys, I can zoom out. See that? But then I have to do that, because if you were on your phone, you'd understand when you do that and you click it the first time, you don't have to hold the arrow on the arrow to move the arrow. My finger can be anywhere on the chart, and then it frees up me to look at the chart while I'm moving the arrow. But we put that support zone from that flush bottom of the great flush of the 20th to 22nd of January of 2022 in midwinter, floop, right? And then we had that pump back to upper resistance, which we telegraphed that down there. XRP just got to the 100-day moving average, right? But then you broke the blue ring, and then we said this is your double bottom where you can try to form a bottom for a little pump, and you did. But we said if you pump down there when you hit it, the moving averages would more than likely chop you down. And then if you can't build a base and hold that support, unfortunately, that's your next deep underneath target if this 17 cents is breached, right? So if you're in this trade, if you breach that local low, these two lows right here, you're out of the market, because you're coming down here, and that's where your buyers should be. If you're trying to swing trade, if you're long-term hodling, this is not a good spot to buy for long-term hodling. This would be a better spot because it's a support zone, and it's about a 45% flush to the next support zone. And this would be a much better buy to accumulate more into the stack. If you're into the XLM camp and you believe long-term in the coin, that would be your a better area to start accumulating more. And as you accumulate every time it comes down to a support ring, which is 30-40% lower than the last support ring, but you don't know where the bounce point's going to be if you're believing long term. So you just try to buy support zones, because then after you average all the support zones in, it's going to average out to a very nice price, versus if you buy the resistance zones. You don't want to buy resistance zones, you want to buy support zones, right? So that's what XLM's looking like. I'm going to take my mother out to dinner and my grandfather, and to pay my mother's rent, because she's had some rent problems. But old Vincenzo has not made of money, right? Her rent is like $800 or $1,000, so we're gonna pay that, right, as a gift. If you want to help Vincenzo support his mother and her bills, support the channel, and that all funds into old grandma's house payment being paid, because old Vincenzo does not make tons and tons of money in his normal job, right? So if you want to help support Vincenzo's mother, as Vincenzo's paying her $900 rent right now and taking them to dinner, support Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing by becoming members of Jabroni Killers, and you can in turn help support Vincenzo's mother, where she's having some hard times with finances, and old Vincenzo and the rest of her kids are trying to help her out as best they can, but none of us are rich, so we can only do what we can do. But if you become members of Jabroni Killers, some of that money can be funneled to helping old Vincenzo's mother and her financial problems right now that she's having, right? Or if you just want to support the channel, you don't need to even care about old Vincenzo's mother. If you just want to support the channel or become members of Jabroni Killers to get into the members exclusive content, which are first episode 1 of Fiscal and Monetary Policy Fridays, the dynamite 48-minute video exclusively to members of Jabroni Killers, looks at the Fed policy, upcoming Fed news, what the war in Russia has to correlate with, and how that affects what the Fed's going to do. But you can see algo looks like XLM and XRP and a couple of DGB too is the same way. And that's your underneath support we've been talking about. As the last few days we've been telling you, these moving averages are going to knock you down. 92 cents, and descending is your resistance at the moving average. Your underneath support is 55 cents, right? So that's what's going on in algo. And then the aforementioned DGB is in a very similar pattern, right? And you can see with the very similar pattern, we're actually in the orange support zone, which is the last line of defense, aka get my shit together to the shit house, right? And that's where we're in DGB. But the pattern looks very similar to the pattern in XLM, XRP, Algo, and several other coins, and DGB right here, where they're got the same sort of support, pump, and then a lower bottom than the last one, which is bearish. Moving average is knocking you down, and I'm very bearish on this, and I think this is coming down to the 0.0366609.9, bunch of group of numbers right there, to the bottom part of the orange support zone, aka last line of defense, the shithouse. I think DGB's got a date with that. I think a lot of these coins are going to continue to be bearish, but they'll continue to pump up and down on their way down. Like, subscribe, and share to Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing for the most trusted source and information and breaking news in the cryptocurrency and blockchain technology industry, and exclusively to members of Jabroni Killers, where you get the first mover advantage when you hop on board to the most trusted source in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology news. Peace and love. Peace and love.